Dailyish, the show that is Dailyish. I'm Beth.
I'm Ben.
I'm Jeremiah.
And today we're going to be talking about something that was pretty recent for Jeremiah, not so recent for Ben and I.
No.
It's been a little bit. We're going back to remember some of our memorable school dances.
Yes.
And it's kind of fun to see how dances have stayed the same and changed a little bit. Thought it was kind of funny. Jeremiah's first school dance once he was out here was a glow stick party.
It was a glow-in-the-dark homecoming.
Yeah. I remember you had all the glow-in-the-dark stuff going on and stuff like that. We never had anything fun theme-wise for any of our dances.
No, we put on blazers and suit ties and button-ups and went and danced.
Well, our homecomings weren't so fancy, my school at least.
Oh, yeah.
One of them was actually in the parking lot of the school after homecoming. I remember that. It was you just walked straight from the football game into the parking lot, and that's where the dance was.
Well, once we actually started dancing with us, the sport coat and the ties, they all came off. You just got too hot.
But we did have one memorable one that I remember when my junior prom.
Okay.
It was a nice night, really warm. Enjoyed the fact that it was so warm, and we were outside, and it was beautiful. And the dance was inside, but were going outside. It was down on UK campus. And that night, of course, we didn't think about how warm it was and how that wasn't normal for that time of year. Summertime warm,
Right.
And there were a bunch of tornadoes that night.
Ugh.
Yeah, nobody hurt, no injuries, deaths, or anything like that. But it was just it made for an exciting time. That was for sure. Any interesting dances for you?
There was something that happened interesting the week of, just days before homecoming dance. I think it was my junior year. My school was next to a public park, and part of that park there was a horse riding training area. There's a private business. The stable with all the horses burned down.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's not happy.
No, that was bad. And it was hot, and we went outside. And it took us a minute to understand what we thought somebody was cooking. And it was the smell from the horses and stuff in the fire.
Really
it was
sad.
terrible. It was really bad. Once we realized what it was, we felt instantly bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend that was in my class, and she was an instructor over there and everything. I mean, so it was we all understood the weight and gravity of what was going on. And so it didn't happen at the place where we had our homecoming, but it was literally yards away on the same piece of property. So that was rough.
You just had a dance, though.
Yes. And so the way the school I was at for the dance, so in the afternoon, the first thing they have for homecoming is this big carnival with all the clubs. And so all the clubs will come out and they'll set up a booth and they fundraise so they can have money to put on stuff throughout the year.
Sure.
Young Life has a dunk tank out there and it's all sorts of fun. And then after the carnival wraps up around sundown, we all go into the old gym, which is almost 70 years old at this point, which there's also a new gym on that campus, but that's 40 years old.
Yeah, the new gym is 40 years old. That makes a little bit of perspective.
40's not old.
Yeah.
Yeah, to still be called the new gym, though, rather than just the gym.
Fair enough.
And so we went in there, and it was pretty fun. Similar to last year, a lot wider of a range of music choices this year, which I very much appreciated. Last year, it was a lot of poor quality rap. But last year, there were about 500 people there. And so, it's a fairly large gym, so, it could handle the airflow for that.
My high school didn't have 500 students. Okay, let's just put this in perspective here, too. Not much less 500 at a dance.
Yeah, the school has about 4,000 students at it, so way, way bigger.
Yeah.
But
just a little.
Yeah. So this year, rather than the 500 last year, there were about 700 people in the same place with the same methods of airflow. And so it reached dew point in the room from human sweat after about 7 minutes.
So gross. So gross.
Yuck.
And so this dance is about 3 or 4 hours long. And so you can imagine how hot it gets in there if it's hitting that point after 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And so eventually, about 2 hours in, the floor is just coated in a thin layer of sweat from where it's come off everyone. And then...
my feet right now are feeling grossed out. I am feeling literally grossed out in my feet hearing the story.
Remember the game The Floor is Lava? This is also sweat.
Okay. Here's the thing. That didn't stop people from dancing on the ground. I was so grossed out.
Oh, worm? Or...
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And so later on in the night
More
when they
life choices.
later on in the night when they announced the homecoming king and queen, they shot off confetti cannons. And the confetti was fun and it rained down, but then the confetti got in the sweat and the dye leaked out from the confetti into the sweat.
That's so gross.
So now you have color puddles.
Yeah, and so it's sort of like that oil rainbow sheen, but sweat and confetti dye.
Ew.
Check, please.
Overall, the dance was really fun. They had pyrotechnics there for the first time at any school dance, which was, for me, an interesting choice to have in a 1930s era gym, which designed by Frank Hope originally. It was a beautiful building.
Right.
They butchered it back in the 70s when they took out the windows and put concrete in. But so they had these big, essentially like spark cannons that would shoot up, and the wood is the roof is the original all-wood roof. And then they had another set of them shooting not near the stage curtains, but into the stage curtains.
That
And
doesn't sound intelligent.
No.
Yeah, and so
That's
you
kinda
have
scary.
several rows of these spark cannons shooting up and not getting close to the wood or close to the curtains, but making contact with it.
Yeah.
And so like every time those went off, I was just sort of like, okay, when's the fire starting?
Yeah. Well, there's enough sweat in the room to take care of that.
It was probably very humid.
It was extremely humid.
Just winds up regulating. You know, it meets in the middle.
But yeah, it was a great time. I had fun getting to hang out with my friends there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've kind of living this weird double life because you're at a school this year that doesn't have things like that. It's a smaller school, but
Yeah.
you're still welcome at your previous school to hang out with your friends, which is pretty cool. So you're
Yeah.
getting both sides of high school right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, comments below. Please let us know any exciting school dances that you might have had, or if you are currently a student, are having right now.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, have you had some funny themes that, like, looking back on, you're like, how did that one get approved?
Yeah.
Well, they're looking to do a freak show one for a prom and have like fire breathers and stuff there.
That would be really cool.
Just not near the curtains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not near the curtains of the room.
Well, no, they do it up in a like fancy hotel ballroom up in Coronado.
Okay.
But they're
Wow.
trying to go for something that hasn't been done before, and I think they've got a pretty safe bet with fire breathers.
Yeah.
Wow. We know some people in the circus.
Yeah, we've gotten to see some circus people.
No, really, here in town we
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
do. So.
But yes, let us know in the comments if you've had any interesting school dances. And I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as click the bell notification over on this side. We had it wrong all of last week, but
Not
we've
there, but
fixed it. So it's on this side. So please click that bell notification so that way you can know when new videos are up and going live. We are shooting for 3 a.m. Eastern, which makes it, 3 a.m. for us, which makes it 6 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, never mind.
Get it right.
Yeah.
Got it. For when these will go live. But, you know, things happen and sometimes things get delayed. So that way you will know and be the first one to find out when
Yes.
these videos are up and ready. And if you're listening to us on our podcast, please be sure to give us some stars as well as a good review so that we can get the word out. You know, all of the help we can get in the algorithm is a good thing so that this podcast can be discovered by people and we can just grow the community.
Yes.
So that is it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.